In this video, I'm going to talk about my hematoma experience. If you're new here, I am cancer-free. I had colorectal cancer, stage 3 colorectal cancer, and I had ulcerative colitis for over 20 years, but now I'm free of both. If you didn't watch my last video, it was about my proctocolectomy experience, and it left off when I was at home recovering. So on February 28th, I returned home from the hospital after my proctocolectomy. On February 11th, I was able to go back home and be discharged from the hospital, and I was recovering until February 17th at around 11 p.m. That's when I had to call the ambulance. So a week after returning home from my proctocolectomy surgery, I remember it was around 10:30 p.m. February 17th. I was putting dishes away out of the dishwasher, and I kind of told myself, why am I doing this? I shouldn't be doing this. But again, I think I'm ready for things, but my body is not. I'm bad at listening to my body at times. And I remember telling myself, I'm able to do this. I can bend in a certain way to pick up each dish and put it away, no problem. In the middle of putting away the dishes, I kind of felt this warmth in my pelvic area. And I was like, ooh, what's that? But I didn't really take it that seriously. So around 11 p.m., I was sitting on the edge of the bed. And I remember sitting in this weird position. I told myself I shouldn't be sitting like this. So I straightened up and decided to lie down. And my daughter came up into my room, and I asked her to grab me a pillow on the bottom of the bed, or to put the pillow away. I forget. But she was there handing me a pillow. Oh yeah, she was handing me a pillow because I wanted to sleep with it under my legs. And so in the middle of me asking her for a pillow, I remember this intense pain in my pelvic area that made me go, oh. And my daughter was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh. And I told her to still hand me the pillow. And then for the second time, I felt that same pain, and that took all of my attention. I just remember lying down on my right side, and I started to cry. And I remember my fiance, I don't know if he was already in the bed or if we called him up, but I remember telling my sister to come up to their room as well. My bedroom's on the second floor, so everyone had to come up to me. And I was in pain. It was intense pain that was constant. I can't even describe the pain, really. It felt like pressure, and I don't know. It was intense pain. I would say at 9.5 on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. And I don't really remember, but within a minute or two, I told my sister, I was like, yeah, we need to call the ambulance. So she did. Or did my fiance call the ambulance? I don't know who was on the phone. I was out of it. I know someone called the ambulance. And my daughter was trying to calm me down. She was 7 at the time. She's 8 now. But I remember her giving me this lava lamp that you can turn upside down and see the different colors fall down. Turn it around again, see the different colors fall down. And it was calming, actually. I was like, thank you, baby. So that was an experience. And I was in so much pain, and I had oxycodone on the side of my bed. And I think I took 2. And it helped a little, but 15 minutes later, I was like, I need another one. I think I did take another one, which is terrible to say. But I was in so much pain. And those are there for, that medicine is for extreme pain. And I had to take 3, and I still was in pain. So, yeah. Just to give you a perspective on how much pain I was in. So the ambulance did come, I would say within 15 to 20 minutes. And at that time, I was like, I'm still in pain. I took 3. And I asked them, can I take another one? And they're like, I don't think so. Oh my gosh, I felt, yeah. So they were asking me questions, asking me if I had diabetes. They're taking my blood pressure. But I was like, get me to the hospital, please. But I think, I can't really tell you how long they were there because my time perception was out the door. But I do remember them telling me to get up out of my position. I was still lying on my side, like holding for dear life onto the bedpost. And I remember them saying if I feel lightheaded, let them know. So I went to sit up and sit on the chair that they were going to carry downstairs with me sitting in it. And almost immediately I started to feel lightheaded, and I kind of like told them while I was pretty much about to faint. I was like, I feel lightheaded. And the first responder, he tapped my cheek kind of hard and like snapped me out of it. So that woke me up. They had to bring me down. I live on the 4th floor. So 4 stories of stairs. And my bedroom was on the top floor. So 5 stories. They had to carry me down. And my sister got into the ambulance with me. And my fiance and daughter, they stayed behind because I wanted them to. It was after 11 and my daughter was still up. So they had to stay. And so my sister went to the emergency room with me. And the ride was about 15 to 20 minutes, but I don't really remember it. I was in pain. And I don't remember the bumps making it worse. But it was pretty smooth. But I remember getting there. They sat me in a gurney. And I was like, how long will I have to wait until I see the doctor? Because I need some pain medicines. And I just kept saying, I need pain medicine. I'm in a lot of pain. Level 10. And they're like, okay, we know, but we got to ask questions. They kept asking me the same questions over and over again. I saw the doctor less than 10 minutes from that point because I probably was getting on their nerves. I was like, no, I don't want to talk to anybody else. And I actually did say that to someone. He came in, he was taking my blood pressure. I was in a room at this time, like a section room where they pull the curtains closed. I was in one of those types of rooms. And he started to ask me questions, and I was like, I'm not answering anything else until I get pain medicine. And after that, no one else asked me any questions. Nobody. I remember lying there for a while. I was trying to meditate because I was tensing my body up, which made the pain worse. I made a conscious decision to relax my muscles and stay quiet, close my eyes, and meditate. And I really did. And then the nurse popped his head in, saying that someone was having a heart attack in the room next to me. And so it might be a while until they can get to me. And of course I was like, go take care of that person. I understand. And again, I went into my meditative state. And my sister was there. I don't know how long I was like that. I need to ask her. But eventually they did come in and they gave me Dilaudid through the IV. I don't remember the dosage, but I remember 15 minutes later, I was like, I need more. This is not working. And they gave me more, and I pretty much fell asleep. I remember, I don't know if I was sleeping or not. I have no idea. But the pain was gone. And I was able to answer anybody's questions after that. So, after the pain was suppressed by the pain medicines, they told me to go to the bathroom. And I couldn't walk. So I had to be wheeled over there to the bathroom. And once I got there, not even a little drizzle came out. No drips, no drops, nothing. When I got back from the bathroom, the nurse asked me if I was able to go, and I told him I could not go. And so, I don't know how long I waited, but a doctor came in and asked the nurse if I could go to the bathroom, and he told her no. And it looked like the doctor looked at the nurse like, what are you waiting for? She should be going into the ultrasound to see what's happening, because that's a sign, not a good sign if I can't pee. The doctor pretty much ordered an ultrasound immediately. And yeah, they found that I was bleeding again in my pelvic area. And when I say again, please go watch my proctocolectomy surgery experience video, where I talk about where I had complications during that surgery and I was bleeding in my pelvic area. So that was where the pain was coming from. A blood vessel in my pelvic area started to bleed while I was home, and that's why I felt that pain and that constant pain until they gave me pain medicine. So a blood vessel started to bleed. It's very rare. My doctor said it's rare that happens, and it happened twice to me, during my surgery and then a week after my surgery. And he's the chief of surgery, and he said he really hasn't ever seen that, especially twice. I just have to laugh at that now. I wasn't laughing then, but sure laughing now. So I had to go into surgery that day, and they gave me a coil in my pelvic area, which I still have to this day, to stop the bleeding. And I'm not sure when I'm supposed to take that out. I'll let you guys know if I do or if I don't. But I carry this card. It's a little pocket that my insurance card goes into. So whenever I hand my insurance card to a medical provider, they will see that I have a coil, and I won't ever forget to tell them that I have a coil in my body, in case I get like MRIs, because a coil is made of metal. So if I'm getting an MRI, they're going to need to know that. Yeah. So that was my hematoma experience. So I had to be admitted into the hospital. I think that was my longest stay. Was it? I think I stayed 4 to 5 nights, and I had to get a catheter inserted because I couldn't urinate on my own. So I had a Foley bag attached to my leg, and when I was discharged, I had to take that Foley bag home with me, and that had to stay on my leg for almost a month, because my next surgery was a proctectomy, because during my first surgery, my proctocolectomy surgery, they took a biopsy of the part of my anus to see if there is more cancer cells, and the results said I did have more cancer cells in that area. So I was scheduled for a proctectomy on March 13th, 2024. A proctectomy is a surgery where they remove your rectum and anus, and in my case, more of my anus. So they had to go in and take out more of the muscle in my anus, and that's where the cancer cells were lying. So that I had to go in for a third surgery on March 13th, 2024, which I will be making another video about. So look out for that next. Anything else about my hematoma experience? So I did come home. Again, I had the Foley bag attached to me, and I had my ostomy bag at that point. So I was pooping into a bag and peeing into a bag. Oh my gosh. I just look at my experience, and I have to tell myself how strong my body was and how strong mentally I was, because I kept going, and I would still keep going if I had to go through that experience again. You just got to find the strength, and it does come. I mean, it's hard, but your body will do what it has to do. And then I just look at it as a tough experience, and I want to share my experience with everyone who has gone through this or is going through this. Please share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Be it someone who has gone through this experience or someone who is supporting someone who is going through this experience. I'm here to build a community and let you know that you're not alone. And I'm on the other end of it all, but I am still healing. I'm being monitored for my for cancer in my body. But I'm here, and I'm able to share my story. So I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.